Script *B 10 part, ** 4 of 5, The Field of Blood * length, *1, 800 words / 12 minutes at 150 WPM. The plain called Vigrid stretches wider than any battlefield the 9 worlds have ever known. 100 leagues in every direction. Flat as hammered iron, dark as old blood even before the first body falls. The sky above it churns with smoke that is not smoke, ash from the burning Bifrost, steam from the boiling seas where Jormungandr rose, and something else. Something older, the breath of endings. Odin stands at the center of the host of Asgard, and his single eye sees everything. He sees Fenrir approaching from the east, jaws wide enough to swallow mountains, saliva dripping in rivers that carve new channels through the frozen earth. Wolf's eyes burn with the light of every star he has ever wanted to devour. Behind him, the legions of the dead, Loki's army, the Draugr sailors from Naglfar, pale and silent and numberless. He sees Thor to his right, Mjolnir already singing in the thunder god's grip, lightning crawling up his arms like living serpents, the son who never learned to fear. He sees Freyr far to the left, holding a stag's antler because he gave his sword away for love, and now love will not save him. He sees Heimdall, horn empty, sword drawn, eyes locked on the distant figure of Loki himself, moving through the ranks of the dead like a shadow that has learned to walk upright. And Odin knows. He has always known. The Völuspá did not lie. The seeress in her trance spoke the words that cannot be unspoken. The Allfather will fall, the wolf will feast, the gods will die as men die, choking on their own blood, crying out for mercy that will not come. But knowing does not mean accepting. Odin lifts Gungnir, the spear that never misses, and the armies of Asgard roar behind him. The sound is like the breaking of the world, and Fenrir answers. The wolf's howl splits the sky in two. It is not a sound any living thing should hear. It carries in it the hunger of the void, the cold of the space between stars, the rage of a creature born in chains and raised on the taste of his own humiliation. Tyr's hand, the Gleipnir binding, the island prison. Every moment of captivity distilled into a single note of pure hatred. He charges. The ground beneath him cracks with every step. His fur is matted with frost and old gore, his breath a wind that freezes the air itself. The gods brace, shields locked, spears leveled, but Fenrir does not slow. He crashes into the front line like an avalanche of teeth and fury. Einherjar, the honored dead, Odin's chosen warriors, are torn apart in the first 3 heartbeats. Armor crumples like parchment. Swords snap against the wolf's hide. Men who died gloriously in battle and feasted in Valhalla for centuries are gone in an instant, not even time to scream. Odin moves forward. He does not run. The Allfather does not run. But his stride is long and his spear is bright, and the ravens, Hugin and Munin, thought and memory, circle above him, shrieking warnings he will not heed. Fenrir sees him. The wolf's eyes narrow. His lips peel back from fangs the size of ships' masts, black with venom, sharp as the end of all things. He knows this scent. He has dreamed of it every night since the gods bound him, the smell of Odin's cloak, the taste of his fear. They meet in the center of Vigrid and the world holds its breath. Odin thrusts Gungnir forward, the spear that never misses, and the point drives true, sinking deep into the wolf's shoulder. Black blood sprays across the frozen plain, steaming where it lands. Fenrir roars, twists, snaps, and Odin is already moving, pulling the spear free, striking again, this time for the throat. But Fenrir is faster than any god remembered. The wolf's jaws close around Odin's spear arm. Bone snaps. The sound echoes across Vigrid like the breaking of a great tree. Gungnir falls from nerveless fingers, clattering against stone, and Odin, the Allfather, the wanderer, the one who gave his eye for wisdom, stumbles. Fenrir does not hesitate. He lunges forward, jaws wide, and swallows Odin whole. The god does not scream. There is no time. One moment he stands, the next he is gone, consumed, erased, ended. The wolf's throat works once, twice, and the greatest of the Aesir is no more. The armies of Asgard falter. For a single, terrible moment there is silence on the field of Vigrid. Even the wind stops. Even the distant roar of Surtur's flame seems to dim. Then Vidar steps forward, Odin's son. The silent god, the one who has never spoken a word in all the ages of the world. He wears boots made from every scrap of leather ever discarded by human hands. The Prose Edda tells us this, Snorri writing centuries later with the weight of lost knowledge in every line. Boots that have been growing thicker, stronger, harder with every passing year. Vidar places one boot on Fenrir's lower jaw. The wolf tries to bite, to twist, to shake him off, but the silent god does not move. His hands grip the upper jaw, fingers digging into the wolf's gums, and he pulls. Fenrir's eyes go wide. Vidar tears the wolf's jaws apart. The sound is wet and final. Bone splits, flesh rips. The great wolf, the beast that swallowed the sun's father, the creature that ended the Allfather himself, dies with a whimper that no one hears beneath the roar of renewed battle. But Odin is still gone, and the cost is only beginning. To the east, Thor faces Jormungandr. The world serpent rises from the poisoned sea like a mountain of scales and venom, body coiled around the roots of the earth itself, eyes like green fire burning through the smoke. The Midgard serpent, the creature Thor has fought twice before and failed to kill. Once as a kitten, Utgard Loki's illusion, once on a fishing trip that nearly ended the world early. Now there are no illusions, no tricks, just the serpent and the god and the space between them shrinking with every heartbeat. Thor does not wait for it to strike. He charges forward, Mjolnir raised high, and brings the hammer down on the serpent's skull with a blow that splits the sky. Lightning erupts from the point of impact, white and blue and blinding, and Jormungandr's head snaps back, scales cracking, blood black and thick as tar spraying across the plain. But the serpent does not fall. It coils, strikes, fangs bared, and Thor barely rolls aside in time. Venom splashes where he stood a moment before, eating through stone, through ice, through the bones of dead warriors. The smell is overwhelming, sulfur and rot and something sweet beneath it, like fruit left too long in the sun. Thor swings again, and again, and again. Each blow lands like thunder. Each strike drives the serpent back, cracks another scale, draws another gout of black blood. The god's arms burn, his lungs scream. Sweat and rain and serpent venom mix on his face, stinging his eyes, but he does not stop. He cannot stop, because if he stops, the serpent will recover. If he stops, Jormungandr will coil around him the way it coils around the world, and even Thor, strongest of the Aesir, slayer of giants, protector of Midgard, cannot break free from that embrace. So he swings until his shoulders feel like they will tear from their sockets. He swings until Mjolnir's handle is slick with his own blood from blisters that burst and bleed and burst again. He swings until finally, the serpent's head caves in with a sound like a mountain collapsing, and Jormungandr, the world serpent, crashes to the earth and moves no more. Thor stands over the corpse, chest heaving, hammer hanging loose in his grip. He has won. The Voluspa promised this. Cirrus saw it in her vision. Thor will slay the serpent. The guardian of Midgard will triumph over the beast that encircles the world. But the prophecy did not end there. Thor takes one step back from the serpent's body, then another, then he falls to his knees. The venom is already inside him. Not from a bite, Jormungandr never bit him, but from the spray, the mist, the cloud of poison that hung in the air with every blow he struck. It soaked through his skin. It filled his lungs. Wrapped around his heart like the serpent's coils and squeezed, Thor tries to stand. His legs will not obey. He tries to call for help, but his throat is closing, swelling, filling with fluid that tastes like copper and ash. He manages 9 steps. The Prose Edda counts them. 9 steps from the serpent's corpse before Thor, son of Odin, protector of mankind, falls face first into the mud of Vigrid and does not rise again. 2 gods dead, the greatest of the Aesir gone. The strongest of the Aesir poisoned, and across the field, Heimdall and Loki finally meet. They have been circling each other since the battle began, 2 figures moving through the chaos like dancers who know the steps by heart, the watchman and the trickster, the guardian of the Bifrost and the one who led the army that burned it down. They do not speak. There are no words left between them. Only the memory of every insult, every slight, every moment of tension that has built over countless ages. They draw their blades at the same instant. The fight is brief, brutal, efficient. Heimdall strikes first, his sword opening a line across Loki's chest. Loki twists, drives his own blade up under the watchman's ribs. They stand locked together for a moment, eye to eye, breath to breath. Then they fall together, 2 more bodies on the plain of Vigrid. 2 more threads cut from the tapestry of the world, and still the battle rages. Still Surtur advances from the south, his sword burning brighter than the sun that no longer shines. Still the fire spreads. Still the gods fall one by one, exactly as the prophecy promised. The twilight is not a slow fade. It is a slaughter.